Alright, so we got our part flipped around. We're going to go ahead and drill and tap it for our mounting bolts. Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back. Saturday in the shop. Yes, I cut my beard, I cut my hair. It is blistering hot here. I just got tired of dealing with it, so went ahead and went for a new look. I don't know if I'll keep it or not. I may let it grow back from here. I may keep it cut for a while. Who knows? Anyway, nobody cares about that. This is not a fashion video, and if it was, we'd be all in trouble because I certainly know nothing about that. Anyway, today's project. If you follow us real closely, I made a post a couple weeks ago on the community tab. I bought a 2014 Yamaha Bolt from a customer that had been sitting for a while. My intention was just to clean it up, get it running, and sell it. The used bike market is abysmal in our area right now. I hear it's not that great anywhere. Anyway, you can get really good bikes for next to nothing, so selling this Bolt has been unsuccessful, unless I want to like give it away, which I really do not. So my plan, I've been riding it some here and there just to keep it running. I don't want to let it sit, and I really like it. It's a super fun bike, plenty of power, good around town bike, and my plan is to do some quick, easy mods. I had thought about trying to do it all in one video, but it'll probably roll onto two videos because number one, all of the parts didn't arrive today, and number two, I got a few more things than I originally thought I would. So anyway, we'll see what happens with all that. Probably be two, maybe three videos. It's a much newer bike than anything we normally work on. It's gonna be lots of bolt-on mods, couple of custom pieces, and possibly whatever else kind of pops in my head as I get to working. And then I think I'm gonna try and I have a Victory cross country touring bike, or whatever you want to call it, bagger. I really like it, but it's big and heavy. It's not great for around town riding, and I haven't ridden it in months and months other than to fire it up and keep it running. So I may just try and sell that and replace it with the Bolt. I may put them both for sale, and whatever one sells eventually will go and the other one will stay. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that, but for now the plan today is to get it torn down. We've got simple stuff to, seat to swap, foot pegs, handlebars. I couldn't decide on what height bars I wanted, so I got some short risers with some like super bike style bars, and I'm gonna machine some riser extensions to the height I determine once I get the seat swapped on there and all that stuff. So a little bit of machine parts. The tail light on this thing I hate. It's really ugly. So we're going to eliminate that. Probably do like a fender elimination. I mean, just real basic stuff. Anybody could kind of follow along with and do at home with basic tools, minus machining the risers. But you could always buy risers. I'm trying to keep this on a budget. I already have plenty of aluminum here, so it won't really cost me so much cash out of pocket, just some of my time, which luckily I give myself a pretty good deal on. So anyway, we're going to get out there, get some stuff torn down, and see what kind of a mess we can make. Alright guys, real quick, just wanted to show you a shot of the bike. Really clean bike. Got a nice Vance & Hines 2-in-1 open air cleaner, so I guess this will be sort of our little be a little bit of a club style bike by the time we're all done with it. Just a nice rider. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys kind of an overall shot of the bike, and we're going to get to tearing this thing down. Alright, so we got the seat taken off. We're going to get rid of this luggage rack here on the back. this tail light, I just don't like the way it sits up this high, but maybe with the new seat I won't mind it as much. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this seat together. This is the seat we got here, which looks like it will fit somewhere in this vicinity. Hey guys, real quick, just want to interrupt the video here and mention to you guys, please check out our web store on our website. The links and all that are in the description below. We're adding lots of new custom parts. We try to add stuff weekly. It's a great way to help support us and support the channel. Grab a t-shirt, grab a part, whatever. We really appreciate it. Means the world to us, and helps us keep being able to make these videos for people to hopefully enjoy. So anyway, back to the video. Alright, so got a bag of tabs that came with the seat. Gonna try and figure out where all these go. This, I believe, is the front mount. Mounts here. So this is a real inexpensive seat I ordered on eBay. It's like 80 bucks. So far the quality seems pretty decent. For such an inexpensive seat, it feels nice. So there are some good seats made for these. I just didn't want to spend the money, like I said, trying to keep this thing as budget as possible, which I'm not very good at, but hopefully be able to make it work. This is going to mount here. This is your little back tab. Mounts down in here. So relatively simple. I don't know why they couldn't have just put this together, but I guess that's how they make them cheap. Less labor, saves a few bucks on every one, and they let you put it together yourself. And we got one last little tab, which I believe, yeah, it's going to mount where the luggage rack just came from. And that looks like that's what's going to lock the back of your seat in. This factory seat clip, I think, is in the back of the seat. We got to get rid of that. Now it's going to drop right on, probably. There we go. Flatten this tab that I bent out a little bit. Alright, so not shabby, not too shabby. Alright, so man, just that one little change transforms this bike a whole lot, I think. So next thing, I think I'm going to look at swapping out the foot pegs. We're trying to get all this little simple stuff done first, and keep plugging away. Alright, next up we're going to change out these foot pegs. So I'm really a fan of floorboards. Try and put floorboards on a lot of my stuff, but again, budget wise and I don't know, the style, it might not have really worked too good to have floorboards on this anyway. So I went ahead and picked up just a set of these like bear trap style pegs. Again, eBay or Amazon, I can't remember which one, but inexpensive pegs, like 25, 30 bucks. And they're for a Harley, so I'm not exactly sure how they're going to fit on here, what we're going to maybe need to make or modify to get them to work, but we will find out here momentarily as soon as I can get this crusty cotter pin out of here. Okie dokie, so let's see here. So they actually fit pretty good in here. The hole is a tiny bit oversized, and actually if I take this spring and bushing out, they may be like almost a perfect fit, which is going to be kind of shocking, but let's see. And they're still kind of wobbly, so what I'm going to do is make up my own little spacer here. Won't be too big of a deal. A couple minutes on the lathe, we'll get it knocked out. So I'm going to go ahead and get our pegs refit. They still fold up. They're not spring loaded. That doesn't really bother me. Your foot's on them. At some point I'll probably pull these out and get them anodized black to match the foot pegs. But for now, I'm just going to clean the aluminum up and run them as raw aluminum. So the other thing, not that it's a huge difference, but you can flip this either way. If you have a smaller foot and you want to push your pegs slightly further forward to your brake pedal, or like me, I have a larger foot, so I'm going to shift them back. There we are. We are back in action. Also, these pegs are adjustable. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to want them angled. I'll have to sit on there and get my feet up, and then we can figure out what kind of angle I actually want them on, and then you tighten the bolt. So, going to jump around the other side and pop this one on, or pop the other one on rather, and then we'll move on to our next project. Alright, so we got our pegs on, our seat on. I think next thing we're going to do is get these bars all stripped down. You got to get everything off of them. You're going to pull the bars and the risers, and then figure out about making our new taller risers. I got to figure out how tall I want them. And then we'll machine the riser extensions, slap those on. We'll be able to measure for all our cables and stuff like that. And then we'll just keep plugging along. So we're gonna start getting this thing torn down. All right, so I'm an idiot and I didn't push record on the camera. We got the bars torn off. See all our controls hanging here. No big deal. Got to get the compressor kicked on. I'm gonna drop the lift down, and gotta wait for somebody to get here so I can sit on it and kind of hold the bars where I think I want and make some measurements. And then we can head over back to the lathe and start making some handlebar riser extensions. So I'm going to use these risers that I got, just some cheap 1-inch aluminum risers, and then we're going to machine up an extension. One, I couldn't find really what I wanted, and two, it's going to save us a few bucks. So. Is that 12? T-bar. Yeah, I've got those risers there, and I'm just gonna make some machine extensions. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, nice and comfy. All right, so we got our measurement, 12-inch total rise. Looks like the magic number for comfortability and the look I want. So I'm also going to make these out of some large diameter material so that it'll sit flat on the top of the riser and kind of eliminate the rubber bushing. So got a piece of some 1.5-inch aluminum, and I need my tape measure and center drill it so we can put a center in the end of it while we're cutting. Alright, so we got our part flipped around. We're going to go ahead and drill and tap it for our mounting bolts on the triple trees. Alright, last operation. We got to drill and tap this for our factory riser install. So what I did was I just Loctited this bolt in here. I'm going to go cut the head off and we'll have a nice stud. We can drill and tap and thread that onto there. We'll put some green Loctite on it and make it a permanent piece. Alright, so we got our two risers made. I'm going to go ahead and get these installed, put our bars on, and we'll check our fit, see how comfortable we are. Tom's gonna hate these.
I was just thinking the same exactly.
I just didn't want to put the little apes again. I put them on the last like 4 or 5 bikes.
No, I actually think it would actually work.
Yeah, it's the right style of bike. I got the little fairing for it too, like similar to Dana's.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because it is much nicer when you're riding to have just something a little to break the wind, you know. And if I do end up getting rid of the Victory, I want something with a little windbreak. Plus, somebody makes this little tiny sound tube that I might get and tuck behind the fairing. I think Rockford Fosgate makes it. It's a little tiny, but you know, just for a little radio.
Yeah, like you have on the Victory.
Well, I have a huge radio on the Victory, but this is just a little tiny thing I could tuck in. Dude, that is comfortable. I mean, you couldn't get much more comfortable. I might narrow them a little bit depending on if I have room with the controls.
Well, like cut like 3 inches.
Yeah, cut like, you know, maybe 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's like perfect, no flex. Well, I guess we got to put the controls on here so we can measure for lines. A little short. I thought about putting a little bit taller shock on it, but I like stuff lows, so I don't think I'm going to.
Does it feel lower with that zero in it?
I don't know, because it's on the lift. It's kind of hard to tell. Was that the last pair of black lane split grips, or there's one more? Okay. Because I think I'm going to put those on here too. Nah, because I'm not ready. I got to measure everything. I just was... Yeah, there ain't going to be no room to narrow them, I don't think. Got to figure out some other mirrors too. I hate these mirrors.
Yeah, ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Just a little round.
What's that?
A little round.
Yeah. I do like having mirrors on a bike. I'm like, especially if I'm riding with somebody. I don't normally. I hate the look of them, but
I like the piece as well.
Yeah. Maybe because they're up pretty high. The bars are up kind of high. That might be
That might be the way to go.
if I can find some that aren't hideous. A lot of them are really
Ugly as fuck.
But I'm gonna have to extend all this wire. But yeah, shit, these are gonna have to come in even more. I think the grip. Yeah, but that's alright. I don't think I have any more. Those would be perfect if I have any. Right here, man, and you got a mirror right there would be good. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. It is probably 110 degrees in the shop right now, so couple 3 hours and I'm whooped on a Saturday after a long week of work. So super happy with the jump we got on this. I got to look up and order some extended cables. We'll extend the wires, and then a couple other few things we need to mount on there. I'm waiting for a few parts to arrive still that we ordered, and maybe one more good day we'll have it done. So real excited about it. Happy with how it's turning out, and can't wait to take this thing for another rip after we get it all together, because like I said, it was super fun to ride to begin with, so should be really awesome. As always, appreciate you guys following along with us, and we hope to see you next time at Gaddy's Garage.